What's up guys, Mike B aka Phony, and today we're going to be covering the new Cataclysm pre-launch events that are currently available on the World of Warcraft PTRs. Let's go. On the Alliance side, the first quest you get for the Operation Gnomergon quest chain is a few good gnomes, where you get the motivated Tron that you use to help you collect up fellow gnomes, get them motivated to help take down the lethal level 27 to 32 elite Trogs that have kept Gnomergon captive for so many years. Once you get your 5 together, you take them down to Steel Grill Depot and turn them in. On the Horde side, the first step in Zalazane's Fall is the perfect spies. And here you have to go and collect up frogs. Not as interesting as gnomes, I suppose, but we're good with that. My clicking skills are fucking terrible. Fucking frogs. You take them back to the Sentry Totem, and then you attune them to her sight. Basically, you just click the frogs a bunch of times, then you turn it in. Seems pretty easy so far, right? Well, don't get too cocky, because things could get very difficult here very quickly for some of you. This quest, called Basic Orders, is probably one of the easiest quests ever. See this guy right here? Keep an eye on him. The only thing you have to do is type up an emote, and when he says do it, you hit enter. That's all. It is not that hard. This guy, however, timing, I don't know, he's white, there's something wrong. He just can't keep up. It's not rocket science. This happened like 2 days ago and it's still hilarious to me. Anyways, you go back, you turn that one in. I know it was rough, and then we move on. Let's check on the Horde side. Somehow your 5 frogs become 12 frog fodder for this mission's bombing run. So this guy here talked to the bat handler like a half second before I did. This run, I get no credit for anything because the guy that's right in front of me took credit for every single drop zone. See, this is my second run. 12 out of 12. Pro tip, don't settle for sloppy seconds. These next 3 quests are so tedious, I'm just gonna group them together. All 3 involve testing out the different functions of the mechanotanks, which should be a $25 microtransaction amount in my opinion. Get in, push a button X number of times, turn in quest. After the strenuous work involved in face rolling your way through that, we get to do a bombing run in a flying machine. I personally was a bit excited since I'm still writing this piece of shit. Let's check on the Horde. Similar to the Alliance side, you have to run around and collect soldiers or volunteers or whatever, and they give you this cool little drum. Every time you hit it, it makes a little cool little drum sound. And, you know, given my extensive musical background, I figured, you know, I'd probably bust something out, you know, join the band here. Yep. Well, I guess we get back to actually questing. Once you're through collecting all your volunteers from Razor Hill, you could probably, you know, gather them up, get a little posse going, throw a little Run DMC on that. Walk through concert doors and roam all over Coliseum floors. I stepped on stage at get them back to Sen'jin safely, and then we can move on to the next quest. Here we have to lure out the Tiger Matriarch using our Jesus Rogue Panther suit, which functions pretty much exactly as the name implies. The encounter inevitably leads to duking it out with the Matriarch, only to find out that she is in fact a troll druid. Yes, that is right, a troll druid. And in case you were wondering where they've been these past several years and how they were going to fit into the lore, it's easy. They were hiding.
Hello, Mark.
Did she just call me Mark?
Hello, Mark.
The winner, it is Mark himself. Mark, okay.
Whatever. Aw, serious? I'm like 79 levels over you. Fuck. Let's go check on the other side. The last step before the final battle is prepping the speech. And I still have this quest? Ah, damn, I keep forgetting to turn this thing in. Anyway, so prepping the speech, it's, I would have probably skipped it, but more people have asked where these guys are than the messenger in Westfall, so I feel obligated to help out the majority for the extremely vocal minority that can't figure this out for themselves. Here you go. After you turn that in, you can talk to Thunderflash and get a ride over to Mechatork and get ready for the final battle of Operation Nomergon. The final steps on the Horde side consist of consulting the spirits via a dance ritual, and outside of asking you to Western Union them a few $1,000s, they also advise you on your next steps towards the fall of Zalazane. Turn that in, get a fancy new costume, talk to the next quest giver, and then you fly your way over to the island so you can start the last push. By the way, the quest rewards you get from either side is a shroud or a drape, which the functionality is out there yet, but I think it's supposed to go over your existing cloak, so don't be fooled by the 48 armor that it offers up.
Plug's reign draws near! Gather now at the staging area! Recapture the enemy airfield!
Most of this part's pretty self-explanatory, but if I could offer you one bit of advice here, the fight leads up towards the ramp, and then when you're done, you think that, you know, oh, I gotta go inside Nomergon, right? No. Good news is like 47 other people made the same mistake, which by default makes this a design flaw or something. Next step is take out these cannons, which are protected by this dome of impenetrable goodness, and so you have to wait for the tanks to take out the bubbles and then you can attack them. Pretty simple stuff. Of course, this is a lot easier on the PTR because there's like 4,000 people participating.
Hold the line! We won't be turned back now!
At this point, you finally get to see a level 80 and even a level 83 Trog.
Take it down!
Where have they been this entire time, Blizzard? Hiding?
Looks like the radiation bomb that poisoned Nomergon. Wait! Incoming!
You know, honestly, at this point, I was pretty much done participating and figured I'd just let everyone else do the work.
It's a trap! That's a fully functional irradiator!
You now have 10 minutes to reach minimum safe distance.
10 minutes? Plenty of time to disarm the device.
You left the factory setting on! Give me the controller, you idiot!
You now have 10 seconds to reach minimum safe distance.
Okay, get beamed back safely to Ironforge, but I like my version better, to be honest. Now let's finish up with the Horde side.
Then we go. First to Buon Samdi. If we're gonna win this, we need his mojo on our side.
Who be starting up me boat?
In case you're wondering, Buon Samdi is a Loa spirit that was once worshipped by the Darkspear tribe. As we all know, Darkspear bailed on the islands and consequently pissed this guy off. Here comes deadbeat Vol'jin making excuses and trying to recruit him.
Time to see if you be worthy. You think you got what it takes to face me?
I wish I could tell you if there's some kind of technique in taking these guys down, but there's so many of us, it's pretty much just a face roll to win.
Enough. You got some big mojo, Vol'jin. Maybe you're worth helping after all.
Your next fight's gonna be with Jundu the Traitor, which is pretty much a big pain in the ass since you can't stun or slow him. He keeps moving from spot to spot until he gets to the hut, and then you could kill him.
Take up the bloody spears. You'll be following Vol'jin now.
Bomzandi spawns spirits to help you out, not like you need it because there's so many of you.
Now go.
The sons and daughters of the Dark Spear have returned. We're gonna drive you into the sea.
You ain't doing nothing of the sort, Shadow Hunter.
Duke it out with Zalazane for a bit, and then he spawns some other mobs to distract you, and he disappears onto another island.
No living thing can make its way through this barrier. Who that be?
Zalazane. What you thinking, taking that which be mine? The dark speed dead are my domain, sister. And now, you're gonna be mine.
No! No!
Bwansamdi, you have my thanks, and that of all the Dark Spear. We will continue to honor you as is proper.
So the Horde have succeeded in their quest to regain control of the islands, and the Alliance is now stuck having to stage a second attack. How do you guys feel about that? How about the introduction of troll druids? It's kind of slick, wasn't it? I want to apologize. I wasn't able to grace you all with the loveliness that is in my ears, but I've been under the weather lately, and as you can probably tell, my voice is pretty much gone. Barring anything Cataclysm related, next week there is a strong possibility that we can kick off some episodes on Grand Theft Auto 5 All Points Bulletin. Thanks for watching.